Principal Vindravan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Siddharam, everybody. This morning, as we get set to begin our 7th session, for those of you here in the Mandir and for those of you looking at us live, last night we were able to conclude and close off book 2. And with this second book of Bhagwat, what is called Chatusloki Bhagwat, it is as if an entire Bhagwat, a whole book, sits inside of book 2. Book 2 is what makes Bhagwat Mahapuran. When somebody hears that term Mahapuran as opposed to just a Puran, it is because of what is inside of book 2. So for this Bhagwat, we have finished so far the latter part of book 1, who is Parikshit, who is Sukdev Goswami. We've done the entire portion, the entirety of the creation discourse, which is given in the second book of book 2. And this morning, in our 7th session, marking 1/3 of our yag is already completed. 7 3s are 21. 7 sessions going to complete by the end of this period. This morning, our katha is going to be different. This morning, the attitude of a devotee is going to be elucidated. It is going to be described, and in it you will hear some katha I'm sure you've never heard or you haven't heard in a long time. Let's get into it, everybody. Let's all stand as we begin with Arti. Where my bell go? My bell girl run away. My niece run away. All right, everybody, put your hands together. For those of you looking at the live, say your prayers. Join together in whatever way you can. If you are in your job and you can't pray loudly, mental prayer is fine. We go together. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam deepam grihana devesham Trailokyatimirapaham. Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagwan ki hai aarti. Papiyon ko paap se hai taarti. Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagwan ki hai aarti. Papiyon ko paap se hai taarti. ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेदनी राला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला. ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला. हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही जग की मंगल की आरती. पापियों को पाप से है तारती. जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती. पापियों को पाप से है तारती. ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला. हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला है. सुख करनी है दुख हरनी है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, ये मधुसूदन की आरती। पापी, everybody. जय जय भागवत भग, ये मधुर बोल जग पंद खोल, सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला। गोविंद गनी ये मधुर बोल जग पंद खोल, सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, प्रभु की महिमा के आरती। पापियों को पाप से है पापियों को पाप से है टारती. Let me sing for him this morning a little bit, as it is the Dwadasi day. Ram Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari, Ram Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari, Panduranga Panduranga, Rama Krishna Hare, Panduranga Panduranga, Rama Krishna Hare, Radhe Sham Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham Radhe Sham, Radha Madhava Radhe Sham, Radha Madhava Radhe Sham, Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram, Sita Valdava Sita Ram Sita Valdava, Radha Mukunda Radhe Sham, Radha Mukunda Radhe Sham, Radha Govinda Radhe Sham, Radha Govinda Radhe Sham, Radha 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 Radha, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Vindravana Govinda, Vindravana Govinda, Krishna Mukunda, Krishna Mukunda, He Nanda Nandana, He Nanda Nandana, O Nanda Nandana, O Nanda Nandana, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari, Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari, Panduranga, Panduranga, Rama Krishna Hare. Dear Lord, this morning as we do our 7th session, thank you for life. Thank you for health. Thank you for strength, for the healthy and the strong. Thank you for the time, for the working person that is taking time to watch satsang. Thank you for the person that is taking time off to be in the Yagyashala. Thank you, God. If you did not will it, it would not happen. Dear Lord, this morning as we pray together, bless us. Together, everybody. Om Gajananam Bhotaganadi Sevitam Kapeta Jambu Palachara Bhakshitam Umasutam Sho Kavinashakadakam Namami Viganeshwara Sarvamangalamangale Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Trayambike Gauri Narayani Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namo Bhagavate Om Namo. Where you are, let's say prayer together. Vasudev. One last time. Om Namo Bhagavate Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Devotees, please have your seat. This morning, as we get set to enter the third book of Bhagwat deals with somebody by the name of Vidura. If you remember your Mahabharata, you have to understand who this fella is, because we are going to hear how he leaves his city. Remember what I said? If you understand Bhagwat, you will understand the crisis, the sadness in it. And when the person is in their broken stage, that is the time, Lord, where we learned yesterday, when Gajendra, when the alligator is biting the foot and he's bleeding and he's in pain, that is the time God is going to milk you. That is the time the sin is coming off. The karma have to burn when you're at your sickest and you lie down on that bed and you're talking to that pillow about what is going on in my life. God, where are you? Gajendra was that person. And in that moment, fighting sickness and pain, he holds the flowers, and then Lord Vishnu comes for him. Vidur is the person, his brother. You have to understand the family. This is Mahabharata. We know Pandu make Pandavas. We know the Kauru come from Dhritarashtra. When you're listening to Bhagavad Gita, the blind king Dhritarashtra is asking the prime minister, tell me what is happening on that battlefield. Dhritarashtra is no way close to Kurukshetra, being at a distance. And Sanjay says Krishna and Arjuna on the chariot, you know that section of Mahabharata, they go to the middle of the battlefield, and it is as if when you watch the news and the reporter is out in the field and they're messaging back so that you, the person home, could see the message. We have flooding in this district. We have a volcano going off in St. Lucia. In today's world, you are not in St. Lucia. You are not seeing the tsunami that is hitting Russia, but you will know of it. In the same way, Dhritarashtra does not have the darshan like Hanuman. Hanuman is on the flag in the chariot in the middle of the Kurukshetra battle to hear from the lips of Krishna the Bhagavad Gita. But Dhritarashtra does not have it. But at a distance, he's hearing it. Who is Vidura? When they were being born, Pandu is conceived. The mother of Pandu, when she was going to become pregnant, she says, "Dear God, it is now time for me, a girl, to become a mother. I accept this role. I accept this." When people hear of the Katha, when we did in Bhagwat, we did Payovrat, when the mother who makes the dwarf form of Lord Vishnu, how she prays. When husband and wife sit together to do Payovrat to have the child, when they do the sanskar for conception, and we did that discourse, the husband and wife do pujas similar to Havan, like what we do. And then in the night, between private moment between husband and wife, when the husband is about to touch his wife, with all respect, he calls and he says, "Dear God, live, accept the space I put here when you do Pratishtha. Dear God, live in the Murti. Dear God, I'm blessing the posts where I'm going to build my house for the first time via Vastu Sastra." When the person is going to do Garbha Sanskar, the Garbha means the womb, the hole, the space where the baby is going to fit. Lord Vishnu, sit here and bless this place. I'm about to put life here. Husband and wife, they do that private, obviously. In that discourse, that is how they prayed before the child came, what we call the dwarf. In the form where Lord Vishnu comes to deal with Raj Bali. When Pandu is going to be conceived, the mother prays like that. Make this child valorous. Make this child courageous. But when she is touched, she kind of feel upset. When after the passage of the seed into her body, she starts to think, I'm feeling upset, I'm feeling upset, I'm feeling upset. And Pandu is born because of that thinking. Pandu is born in today's world, we will say jaundice. Yellow, looking weak, feeblish. He is the father of Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, etc. That's a different story. But Pandu from Pandavas. But he was always sickly and predestined to die young because of what the mother was going through when making him. Dhritarashtra, his mother, when it was time to conceive, instead of that lady praying for strong, she closed her eyes. She didn't want to see what was happening. And she gave she body in the moment for the seed to enter into her body. And when she closed the eye and she did not want to see, in her mind think what I'm saying, I don't want to see this, I don't want to see it, I don't want to see it. She brings forward a child that is naturally born blind. Dhritarashtra is the elder brother, but he is blind. He was not supposed to be the king. The whole trouble with Mahabharata, in today's world, if you put a weak person on the throne or you put them in office and the person cannot stand to defend the country or the people, if the leader, the politician is weak and the neighboring country feels they could damage or take advantage of that weak person, they will do it. So the people now will elect somebody who they have confidence in. If you don't understand the whole trouble in the Kurukshetra war, Dhritarashtra is not supposed to be the king. Beside the biology, Pandu was put on the throne primarily because he has the valor, he has the strength. When he could lift his hand to fight, people will follow him, the army will remain with him. But Dhritarashtra cannot shoot the arrow, he cannot see. Who will he shoot? When he says, let's go forward, he could be pointing in the wrong direction. His own army will watch him and say, he cannot be my leader. For this reason, don't mind we respect somebody who is differently abled or specially gifted. They're in a wheelchair, they have different abilities, strengths. You will not see, even in today's world, the parties that put up a person, a politician. You will not see a person who is differently abled. People will view that person as being a weak leader or an infringed leader. It takes a special person to be in a wheelchair, and that person is going up for election or to wage war. So the person who is selected to lead the run, to lead the fight, has to be near to perfect, have to inspire the Kshatri to fight. So Pandu is given the throne from Bhishma. And when Pandu does die, instead of the throne coming to Yudhishthira, instead of it passing to a little boy, Dhritarashtra is given the throne temporarily, guardianship, to hold it while Yudhishthira is allowed to grow and come into man. But what's supposed to happen is he's supposed to give back the throne. You are a guardian for a time. You hold somebody's property. The father died. I am the father's brother. Hold it for the while, cut the grass, maintain the place, look after the people. But when the son reached the age, it is rightfully his. Give Yudhishthira what is his. Instead, you want to give your son now to abscond the property as if it was your birthright. And this is the mistake that Dhritarashtra made. Who is Vidura? When they made the blind king, when they make the sickly king, Pandu, a maid conceived a child for the same father. That maid child, not Kshatri, not gold crown on the head, it comes from a servant. Vidura becomes the servant brother, the step brother to the blind king. But because of the righteousness of that lady, he has the tenor, as you will hear in today's discourse, he has the temperament of a true devotee. But oh, is he persecuted. For anybody sitting here, for anybody looking on, how come I am catching my tail? Show me a devotee that didn't catch the tail in your text. An easy example from Bhagavad is Sudama. Mirabai, mother-in-law trouble. Mirabai is emulated Payoji Maine. That song is saying, I found bhakti. I didn't know it. I didn't know. Mirabai, I know God's name. Yes, I know I used to go in the temple and sit down. But you see, when my mother-in-law put scorpion poison and snake poison in my food, and they gave me so to drink, and I went in my prayers. You hear when somebody tell you, I take that to my prayer. Nobody didn't know. I didn't advertise what I pray for. But I take my trouble to my God. And I empty my belly in my altar. And I start to pray. And the same poison turned to honey. The devil in your life, the enemy in your life, they say, how you still living? You just bring hope now. You just bring a certain amount of inspiration in the heart of the demon in your life. How come I light candle, I do OBI, I offer flesh on your head? You are supposed to be dead. How are you still living? Oh, every time I eat, I just ask Krishna to taste the food first. Is she reply? I cannot believe you are still living. I put things in your food. And for that reason, she sing. You have to understand where that song come from. And now, because of the beat again in my life, because of the licks again in my life, because of the pain in my life, I understand devotion today. Today, I survive, I living. Don't feel a smiling. Don't feel the devotee. Don't feel it. Don't have beat marks, bend marks, breaking bones on my back. I survive the hammering of life because of my devotion. Then you know about it. If everything is given to you in a platter, consider what I say. What I'm praying for. What I'm asking for. Health, you have health. Money, I have money. Happiness, I have it. Perceived happiness, I have it. What are you praying for? The devotees sometimes is go through hardship to pray for what they don't have. This morning, we understand who Vidura is. Sukdev Goswami is teaching Parikshit. Now you understand Vishnu. Now you understand how he works, his mantra, his purpose, his form, his leela. Now you're going to see it in an example. He says in this section, Vidur is going to talk to somebody about what is happening. And in this meeting where two people will talk, let's hear what we learn. Jai Nandalala, Jai Gopala, Jai Nandalala, Jai Gopala, Shri Radhe Govinda, Gopala tera pyara naam hai, Gopala tera naam hai, Gopala tera pyara naam hai. Kutra shay bhagavat shaitan mitra naam sanghaya, sanga karavai sangat pyare eka dullabh prabhu, Shri Radhe Govinda, Gopala tera pyara naam hai. Yadhunandana Rajan Swami Gana Gana Ye Yati Pyari, Pushpananda Dharma Nishchay Prema Drishtal Pyare, Prema Drishtal Pyare, Shri Radhe Govinda, Gopala tera pyara naam hai. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Raja Parikshit says, then Guruji Sukdev Goswami, tell me about Vidur. Tell me about when he met the Muni Maitreya. Tell me about the conversation when good people sit to talk. When divine people sit to talk, they don't talk gossip. They don't talk commerce. If you get to sit with your guru, if you get to sit with your friend, how would you talk? What would you talk about? Would you waste the little moment you have with things or people that don't matter or would not help? What? When I get to see somebody, may see in a little while, imagine a girl married and she went at a distance. And when she meets people, the first thing to flood, how this one, how that one, you know, long may I see her? I don't have time. You taste the tomatoes. You see the dress she have on? You wouldn't go to that. Your mind and heart in something. I see like a deuta walking in my yard. So long may I see her. And now getting to meet you, a certain amount of thirstiness inside of you. I want to go and meet that person. You know, how long may I sit down with that person? Tell me about that. Tell me about the moment that meeting happened. Sukdev Goswami says, having been brought up in the keep of the king is in charge of the money in the treasury. Vidur is just a stepchild. He is, imagine Dhritarashtra want to rob his biological brother Pandu. This is step brother. Imagine what he could do. He keeps him like a servant. He keeps him like a slave. Barks at him, calls on him. I pay in your work. In this way, this younger brother has been burnt. And he was burnt how? As if Sitaram, as if he's living in a house of wax. And the house around him is on fire. And he has to stay in this house of heat. That is his family's place. And he's living there in this melting house. He sees the flames coming through the walls. As times is passing, he is seeing his brother, the blind king, bringing sons. 100 sons. Gandhari, the wife of the blind king, is blessed. She Guru says, you will have 100 sons. And she had one daughter. And the father's brother, he is supposed to be strict. He knows what is right. Mother, brother, this be little lenient, Mamu. But this Vidur sees how the Mamu Shaukani is influencing Duryodhan and all of them, and he sees his family being robbed of greatness, being stolen from greed. They are fallen from grace because of their haughtiness and false pride. And because of their weakness, you ever see a family make a mistake? How you could do that? How you could do these things? This is where Vidur is. When my brother did not stop his sons, when that girl was on a monthly cycle, when Draupadi, when her body is unclean and she did not even want to see her husband because she's one side, when that gambling match was going on, and now they are dragging her. I remember how they dragged her body on the floor. Her hair is being pulled by Dushan and she is crying. Today I remember the tears when the Kajar where Lakshmi is living on the eyes of the daughter-in-law, and the water, the salt water is falling on her breasts. And that body, that lady is crying. Today I'm living to see what those salty tears are doing to the house of Dhritarashtra. Every son is dying in that house. And my blind brother, it is as if he is physically blind, he is spiritually blind, he is too stupid to even curtail the mistakes they are making. It is as if everybody has to die. This brother is seeing it. He did not think it is time to give Yudhishthira a piece of the kingdom his father make. Give him a piece of the gold, give him a piece of the wealth. No. Instead, allow his sons to try to outsmart them. When Shaukani is playing with the dice that is fashioned from the bone of Shaukani's father, a different discourse, and they throw these enchanted dice, anything Shaukani call, he gets the number. So he doesn't lose, he's always winning. Dhritarashtra knows the history of those dice. Nobody else knew the history. Shaukani is supposed to lift these boys. That is my nephew, lift them. But Shaukani went there like poison to always encourage them in bad. So that do rape, kill, murder, greedy, encourage them in wrong. And the Mamu, that uncle, he's encouraging them in bad. And no matter how much I talk as Chacha, I'm begging my brother to stop it. Break that bad company, break it, save your children. No, let them take the knuckles of my father-in-law and let it throw the dice. So the family of the Kaurav must mash up. Let it go, let the entire lineage burn. My stupid brother never saw the value of truthfulness. Never saw who the real enemy in their family, their own self, never saw it. My brother never saw the value of listening to Bhishma. Instead, he saw the value of the arrows of Bhishma in the war. That was his focus. I would counsel my big brother, Dhritarashtra, but he would never heed my warning. I told him, give back the legitimate throne to Yudhishthira. Don't have enmity with them. But my brother Vrikodhara, Dhritarashtra, he was afraid. He breathes hot air with anger against his brothers. It is as if he does not want to see his sons elevate. Instead, he encourages downward behavior that will pull a person to hell. He fights, he encourages his son, do not follow Krishna, but get Krishna's army to stand with you on Kurukshetra. The hatred for God, grow in your sons with that. Where will it lead? When Dushan, Duryodhan, Sayojan, and all the 100 sons of this brother of mine, when all of them are pulling away from Krishna, I saw death. And no matter what I guide, no matter what I tell them, do not trust Karna. Do not listen to Karna. Karna is not your friend. for every parent that has this similar sentiment. That is not your friend, babe. That is our enemy. That is a serpent in golden clothing. They're looking nice, male, female alike. That is not a friend, babe. That person is grooming you. That person is trying to take advantage of you. No, that's my friend, mom. What do you know? Shut up. Every time he spoke to Suvala, all the different sons of his brother, I am your chacha, I am your father, brother. I am supposed to be like a father to you. What's the difference in Hindi? In English, we they say uncle. How is the uncle? Are you on the mother side or the father side? Hindi is so strange. It defines grandparent how? Mother side, Nana, Aja for father side. So it gets very distinct. And with that distinction, it comes a rule. When your chacha pass away, the brother of my father is my father. So if we have the same lineage, the nephew could be offering pinda like a son. But if the mamu pass away, the surname of the child mother and the mamu usually is a different surname. The girl married, had children. So now the girl's son does not necessarily carry the name of the mamu, and he is not first in line to offer tarpan. Both are uncle. In the same way, your chacha word is like your father word. In when you go wedding and you hear somebody do, how did this call the part where the big brother part where they put the cut mala tag part? Usually the father or the husband, what is husband in the moment, big brother is the person giving that. That person come like a father. He's not supposed to watch the girl in a sexual way. You are not a woman in that way, but you will be a daughter to me. The day your husband, my younger brother, step out of line, I promise I will straighten him. I will stand up for you. You're leaving your father's house and you're coming here, I will be the father. I will look out for you. Even if my father close your eye, I will be like a big brother, father figure as a safety net. Vidura is saying the same thing. I am the father's brother, but no matter what I talk, father is listening, his children are listening, nobody listen. Slok 15. Duryodhan says, who invited you here? Your crooked mind, son of a servant, less than. You are nothing. Who are you to guide a king like me? I have repositories of gold. I have property. I have by this time wife, children himself. Duryodhan is and you do not own a ball of rice. Let me say, for we understand in a pinda. You cannot help feed anybody. What do you have? You want to guide me? Go from this place. When you hear somebody kick out somebody, leave this house, leave this family. I don't want to hear your mouth anymore. The very beginning of book 3 starts with a man being kicked out and cast out from the little ebb of family he have. The one person, you have no father and mother pass away. The one person that's supposed to care for me, love me, appreciate me, my brother put me out. My nephew talked to me in such a way I cry. Having my ears pierced with the words as if somebody taking iron and cutting me. My brother sat on the throne and his son is telling me this to the side of his father. And the father did not say, hush him out, how you could say that, please excuse my son has no sense. He didn't say, he stays quiet as if he endorsed what his son was saying. My head dropped, my position lost in the court of the king. And considering all of this Leela, I lost my job, I lost my house, I lost my family. Think where this person is. I feel like I'm in a dream, I'm in an illusion. This is happening to me. Duryodhan says as he's walking out the court, Chacha, make sure don't raise no arms, don't go and light no diya, don't light no candle on we head, you know. You feel is sadhu, you feel is pandit, don't go and pray for we to downfall, now we gonna die. Now he know the value of the uncle. Now your words have value. If you go and you pray on my head, I lost. And in a taunting way, a sarcastic way, your little arrow, your little bow, you will raise it against us. Now he's your enemy. When you was living here, you always tell me we wrong. Because we was your enemy then. So what gonna happen, Chacha, when you walk outside, you're gonna take up the same arrow and we're gonna meet on the battlefield, boy. And even then, Vidura turned around and he says, I was not your enemy in this life. I was your only friend. I was the only person telling you you're going wrong. Stop from little child to big man. I go lift this bow and arrow against you. And as he walking out, you ever hear somebody say, I leave that house with my hands swinging? I did not fight for a plate or a cup, a terrier, a tower. I did not fight for what could have been, should have been. My mother wanted to give me that. Should have been mine. I did not hold it. They wanted, let it keep it. He takes off the bow, he takes off the arrow, and he leaves it by the gate. Duryodhan, look, I'm leaving it here for you. I will never raise arms against you. When Vidura leaves the city, downtrodden, hurtful, if it were me and you, sinful people like us, we'd have go home, lie down on the bed, and start to cry. We'd have push we head somewhere. Maybe drink liquor, maybe go on some drug and become addicted. Take too much sleeping medicine. Don't feel drugs is only tablet like what these children taking in school or cocaine. Drugs could be too much sleeping medicine too. You just don't want to wake up tomorrow. I don't want to let nobody know I'm going through a divorce. She leaving me, she have an ex-man, you know how the talk this go. I don't want to get up tomorrow. That is real. My son do something, I don't want to face my sister and them. What they go see? What they go see? Vidura, on the other hand, he says, now I have nothing. I am going to look for Lord Vishnu. And he starts to go from place to place. Now he's free to roam. Going pilgrimage. Is my sin which caused me here? With all the knowledge, with all the gyan, he realized God put me in this because I'm a karma. I have to, if somebody asks you, somebody asked me the other day, they know we fixing up for Bhagwat home. And I've been posting how I'm knocking pillar to post, I'm going temple to temple to temple. Pandit, where you going for? The cedar? Think what I'm asking you. Where you just make this sacrifice to go to the temple? I could have stayed home and watch you on TV, Sachin. The camera on right off. For the person could have been home watching me live. The option is there, agreed. But when you walk, when you sweat to come to the Yagyashala, your karma burning. It is defined as tirat. Where you go, where the book is open, you get additional blessing. The person home is watching, but they will not get the merit that you have. So I know that. So I, preparing for my prayers, I went temple to temple, listen to different people's perspective, appreciate what the person is reading, how they look at it. The way a divorced person will analyze the one katha, an unmarried person will analyze it totally different. But I get to sit down and listen and learn. In the same way, Vidura does it. We all do it. He went all over holy cities, gardens, mountains, groves. And as he's walking, he went through different tirat. Not condemning one. This river is good, that river better. Appreciating all. Maintaining all. Bowing to the land in all. Doing prayers here, there, and everywhere. And seeing Vishnu Baba in all. Not some. Whilst traveling this earth, the only thing he was involved in, he wanted to please Narayan. He wants to please Vishnu Baba. He becomes purified by bathing in different waters. He becomes pure because of how he lets go as time is passing. He lets go of the pain of all the hurt the nephew do and the brother say and the wrong, because now it is time to forget that hurt. It is time to focus on the good and the God, what real, and forget that palace, forget that history, leave the abuse. If the person has had some hurtful experience and you are only dredging on that, then you are holding on to that history and you cannot move forward. You cannot move on. There's a time for pain. There's a time to cry. And after a while, you have to heal. In Hinduism, somebody dies. And you get angry, the second stage of grief. Why you had to die? Why you had to do that? Why you leave me? And then you have to leave off that anguish. You let go. You leave it. You heal. Saraswati Mata helped me to heal. I was raped. I went through a hard parent. I went through a rough, I didn't have any parent. I'm adopted. But if you hold on to that history, well, I just drink rum, become a mother dead. I never pass an exam, become a mother dead. I never grew up with training. I never had discipline, my mother dead. Hinduism does not accept that. You are responsible for the life. You don't have the training, get the training. My God, my guru is my mother. Yeah, mother, yeah, your father. Yeah, that, get your Diksha guru. Yeah, that, Sada guru, Jagat guru, Lord Shiva is my guru. Follow him. But be responsible for the life you live. Vidura is healing whilst he is walking, and as he is seeing the beauty around him, it is his therapy session, in other words. And wherever he goes, he's seeing happiness, he's seeing children, and all the smiles that he's seeing in the different temple. When people receive him and they say, oh God, look, you reached, thank you for coming. He starts to forget all the frowns, all the hurt, all the pain from his family, and leaves it off. Now purified, now ready. God was ready to send somebody for him. Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, 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 Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam, Savasudev Varchita Prashna Vrichayate Prani Pratitam Angale Ghang Maya Prana Bhadra Swayam Prachitayate Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam, Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. One day whilst going through, you ever went to prayers, wedding, funeral, and you see somebody you see in a very long time, and the joy, something inside of you, oh God, I'm so glad I get to see you. He meets somebody called Uddhava. Uddhava, long story short, is a great devotee. We'll talk about him. He is the person who gets to sit down with Radha. If you listen to a Pandit, when the Pandit is talking about Lagan, Mahurat, Brahmurat, Abhijit Mahurat, why we just want to do certain prayers 12 o'clock, roughly 12 o'clock, 11:30 to 12:30, depending on the day. Different Kal. What is the measure time then? Gatika, Pal. What is, how it is called the Lord Shiva time? From one Pahar to our next Pahar. 3 hours, 2.5 something. Who gives that knowledge? Radha teaches Uddhava. She teaches Nand. She teaches Yashoda how the world is separated. If we say Vishnu Baba is time, Mother Radha tells you about Lord Krishna in the form of time. So when the Pandit sits for prayer and he says Prat Kal in the morning time, today on Mangalvar I am doing puja, that was Radha saying let them use the proper time to do puja. Uddhava is the person who says, I don't want to separate from you, Krishna. Hence, in that section of Mahabharata, you get something called the Uddhava Gita. That person is embraced now by Vidura. Knowing his guru was Brihaspati, the planet Jupiter in the 9th planet, Uddhava had that training from this great person. A follower of Krishna who is calm, who is very cool, devoted to Lord Krishna. Vidura gets to meet him. He says, "O friend," Slok 26, chapter 1, Skanda 3, how is the two Purusha, the two Devta that come upon the earth, Krishna and Balaram, how are they? What is the welfare? What is Vasudev, son of Surashen, the friend of the Kuru? How is he going? That man who could give away anything, Vasudeva will give it in dawn. He who takes care of his sisters is Vasudeva is blessed because of how he loves his sister. If when you're listening to a Krishna Janam coming up, you're going to hear Vasudeva tote the basket on his head. But how come Vasudeva is so dear, so blessed? Because he maintained the relationship amongst things. One of the things that he did, he maintained the relationship with his big sister, Kunti. Kunti went to marry Pandu. She comes from the Kshatri order. So the prince married this side, the princess married that side. When Vasudeva goes and his son is friends with the sons of Kunti, this is why Kunti comes to Krishna and says, please look after my child. Make sure my children are safe. Imagine the auntie telling the older cousin, he going with you on the road, make sure they go safe and come back safe. Because of that relationship and never forgetting his sister, Vasudeva is who he is. Pradyamuna, when Pradyamuna, the big son of the Yadhu, Krishna big son, Pradyamuna was the one who asked Krishna, where we just listen to all them pundit, oh God, they're irritating. They just come with all kind of rules. And Krishna tell Pradyamuna, you must listen to your guru. I didn't listen. Krishna, Lord Krishna, listened me and Rukmani doing when Durbasa Rishi, thy Lord Shiva incarnate. When he come by the house, he did telling me what to do and he was a pest. He given me work 3 o'clock in the morning, cook the food. When he gone to eat the food, me I want the food again, pelt away the plate to see how the person go react. And one day for Hawan, he tell me take fermenti, which is when you take fresh cover, water and 1 or 2 oils and you let it sit so it's bubbly, it's different, it have a scent. Take that and pate your body and come and do prayers. When that finished, we did it. He say, Durvasa, she tell him, Krishna, you know why I tell you to do that? Why your body become like adamantium. When they shoot arrows at you, it's a blessing I had for you. You pass the test. Wherever that gobar is, when people shoot arrows at you, it will be impervious. It will not harm. And then the Guru, Durbasa Rishi, see Krishna take off his shoes. And when he take off the shoes, the ankle area, the foot, the charan of Krishna did not have the gobar. He says, oh Krishna, because of this, if somebody attack you by your foot, it will be very effective. It will kill you. When you hear the katha, when Krishna is dying in later part of Bhagwat, when Bali and Ramayana, Ram hide in the bush to shoot Bali. Bali and Tara put trap when it is time for karma to come back. That same Bali come back as Jara, later part Bhagwat, to shoot Krishna. Where you shoot him? In the foot. And that is when the charioteer was going to pull out the arrow. He said, no, leave it. This had to happen, leave it. Pradyamuna is that big son. He says, no, whenever the Brahman talk to you, when he asks you for a cup of coffee, when he tell you, help me with my bag, hush, Listen, it have benefit. They say a lot of praise. Let that praise protect your son. Vidura says, how is that Pradyamna? Is he now in charge of the army? How is Ugrasena, the father of Devaki? Is he on the throne? Think about yourself. You meet somebody, what do you talk about? You meet a blessed person, what do you talk about? He says, what about that Chul one? The son of Krsna, who caused the whole trouble, who caused the end of the Leela when Lord Shiva took the form of the son of Krsna in the form of Samba. You know, people dance the Samba dance. There's this son of Lord Krishna called Samba, and he is the one who caused a lot of confusion. Lord Krishna himself fall out with this boy. He says, how is that troublesome son of Jamwant who tell Hanuman Baba in Sundarkan, raise up and grow. You could do it, cross the water to go and save Sita Mata. Jamwant pray when there was time for you to go to heaven. He said, Prabhu, Sri Ram asked him, ask me for what you want. He said, Prabhu, I want to fight you. I hear people say, you have power. And I am the BA. I have all the power. I want to see who's stronger, you or me. Sri Ram says, okay, stay upon the earth, live. And when I come back in my next Janam, in my next avatar, we will fight. When you hear the Katha where Krishna went in the cave and he fight the bear, when it was finished, and Jamwant see when the fight going on, he know who is this little boy fighting him. He thought this is somebody come to kidnap the child that was there. When he fighting him, he sees Ram. Then he watch again, he see Krishna. And then in the last blow that he hit him, Jamwant was the one who hit Krishna on his face. He see Vishnu Baba stand up in front of him. And Jamwant dropped to India and he started to cry. He said, Prabhu, as a father, the only gift I could give you, the only seed I have, the only offering I have today is my daughter. And he gets Krishna, please accept her. And he gets Krishna married to his daughter Jamwanti. The daughter of Jamwanti is Shiva Baba incarnate Samba. And so he wicked. Satyaki, Akrura, Devaki, how are they? Anirudh, the other brother, the other son of Krishna, how are they? Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, where he feel he's too good with that bow. My nephew who went and prayed to Shiva Baba and he get the bow from Shiva. Imagine Ravan cannot lift the bow, but Arjun is so great in Bhagavad Gita, the first part, what happened? The bow slip off his shoulder like if it was nothing. The Gandiva bow falls. Arjun is losing strength in Gita. And Ravan couldn't even lift it. Arjun has it like a toy on his shoulder. How is that son? How is that son of mine, Arjun? How is the twin snatching away, fighting away from the enemy? They are like the two lips of Indra. When you interfere with one, the next one ready for you, Nakul and Sahadev. How is Kunti, my sister-in-law? Vidura says, what about my brother? He lost Pandu, so he asked for his sister-in-law, and then he remembered the blind king. What about that sinner? That person who has grown old, gray, the enemy to his own children, the enemy to Pandu, his dead brother. How is that weight upon this world? The heaviest person in the world is Dhritarashtra. What is his situation? One by one, Uddhava answers everything he's asking. Uddhava tell him, Vidura telling Uddhava, I have been looking for my Lord. Me, the update with me, what you've been up to, Vidura? I have been looking for the mercy of the Lord in every shadow, in every corner, in every crevice. I have been going far and wide. Some people look for the blessing of the Lord, but oh God, you could only look for him in Lord Shiva form. I just only do prayers for Shivratri. I could only go in temple in my temple. I cannot step foot in another temple. I cannot see the value in somebody else's celebration. I cannot do that. But the devotee of God, when searching for the blessing, when searching for the help, goes wherever help could come. Imagine somebody tell you they want to bathe, but you're judging which water to bathe with. I go bathe with blue waters, I can't bathe with the sunny water. But when you're doing prayers, I can't go by their prayers. I can't go by that pundit. I can't go in that area. I cannot go. But then you are not a yatri. Then you are not a yogi. The yogi is the person wherever I hear they are going. He walk, they are going. It have Bhagwat, so are going. I want to reach. Me are going for the people. Me are going for the siddha. Me are going for the dachna. Me are going for the accolade. I am going for the God. He says, my family will destroy itself. Why? Because they are motivated. They go where Krishna is. They have the blessing to be born where Krishna is shoulder to shoulder with them. But these foolish people fall for three types of haughtiness. What is the three types of haughtiness? They're haughty, prideish, for money. They're motivated. Imagine somebody say, I just only go prayers to get that dachna. I only go in prayers to get payment as a drummer. I only going to get money. I'm motivated for that. Then you did not go for God. Be very clear. When your godfather tell you, you're only singing, playing, doing the prayers only for money, okay, you're getting money, you'll get the blessing. Haughty for learning, I alone must have it. Learning is one thing. This morning, for example, I was sharing because a pundit messaged me from Suriname. They don't know how to do Krishna Janam Vrat. All we do, Krishna Puja and Nibedi in Trinidad culture, generally, they do the puja for the Murti and then you hear out of symbolism, they rock a hammock. But there's a way to fast, there's something benefiting the person, there's different grain to offer, it have more. So rather than read it and keep it for myself and think I'm the super Baba, I say, well, we have technology, let me share it on Facebook. So I share it for everybody have it, all them pundits have it. Think about the kind of person, on the other hand, maybe they get it and they say, you know what, don't share the information. That make me better. They are the type, when they learn a secret, my family, they don't share it with people. They just want to keep it. I hear something, but I can't tell you a secret. I can't tell you what I learned. That will make you better than me. And one way of suppressing somebody, people who have this misconception, they feel when I keep all the information, all the secret mantras, and from pundit to bandit, everybody goes through this. One day, maybe out of love, you start to teach your children. But when you only want to teach your children and your sister children have the training, you fail. But if you train everybody and you give it away like food, feed everybody, whatever it in inverted commas is. When God asks you, I made you the aunt, I made you the grandparent, I made you the family friend, what did you do? Pundit, every day I get up, I try to teach the children. I was a teacher in the secondary school system, and every day I went to school, I try my very best to teach them who had the blessing to appreciate and who had the blessing not to appreciate. That is on them, but I did my diligence, I did my duty. He says, my family don't understand that duty to teach, they can't do it. Haughtiness in family, my family fall for this. My son better than you. You ever hear how the mother and the father just get catching that? I had the best child. My child learning karate. My child is a doctor. My child had the best marriage. They make another baby, you know. They make a boy child. And the boast and the boast. And you know when the trouble has come, the day that child let you down. My child going good. By the grace of God. Glory to God, they're going good. They have a job. They reach home safe. They're healthy. That God work. God is really protect them, you know. You know how hard he just drive on that road. You know how sleepy he just be. He don't listen. He don't sleep good. But God taking care of them. They reach home. Look at the difference in saying the same thing. My child passed fast school, I'm not sure. Your child passed. Instead, what has happened? People is, my child passed for the first choice. They are the best child. They get 100 marks. And in doing or saying the same thing, they talk with this damning way. My child better than your child. The devotee, on the other hand, does not subscribe to the thinking that for me to be good, to admit that it have good in my life, in my family, yours had to be bad or less than. People break people, and you hear it in the Gita. The wise man knows how to talk. An example of a demonic person, they don't know how to talk. They speak out of turn. They speak, it may be the truth, but it has no grace in your mouth. The same thing you're saying. Imagine somebody telling you your breath smelling. What you want me to do, tell you? I have to tell you. But I could come and pull you one side and say, excuse, I think you need to drink a little water. Or I could tell you in front of everybody in a way that will break you and insult you. Same thing I'm telling you. When you tell the person, why you do that? Why you was so mean? What mean, Pandit? I was just talking the truth. So you justify to yourself insulting and belittling and breaking somebody. The same thing, I could do it in a different way. And what make that person wise is seeing where I could insult you, but me doing that, I'm going and make you, I'm going and save you, I'm going and protect you. That is wisdom. How to do it. Other than that, you will hear, why you do that? I know I'm wrong. I didn't think. That is the opposite to wise. That is ignorance. That is how you see people who have that disposition, how they carry themselves. This person, Vidura, is listening and he's releasing all his venting. He's, let me say, confiding in a devotee. He says, Krishna is born in my family. But even the ones that are not born yet in my family will only reap sin because of what the fathers and mothers in my family do. He is born in the Yadhu race to give shelter, to give protection. Oh friend, tell me, Uddhava, tell me what he is doing. Tell me what is happening. Because when he does anything, the rest of we benefit. Listen good what I'm asking you here, finishing chapter 1. Imagine two people talking. Tell me if this ever happened to you. He number, such, me know my computer man got. He number is my mother phone. So one day I sit down and I study, she reading my Gita and I studying Mommy. And I saying, God, wherever she did, wherever I doing, let benefit she. Boom, the phone ring. Merlin Gosine is calling me. If I didn't cry before I started to cry, what kind of zombie is this? The dead lady calling me. You ever talk to somebody, or you went on Facebook this morning, celebrate birthday with the dead person? They didn't deactivate this birthday message. But end this person dead and it bring back the memory in your head. Or you remember the pain, oh they died. Vidura know nothing what going on in Hastinapur, what going on in Dwarka. He's not aware. He says, tell me what Krishna Leela is doing. Tell me what game he playing, who he interfering with, who he's teaching now. Uddhava, the great devotee, tears come in his eyes. Who is Uddhava? Uddhava is the person when he was 5 years old. Parikshit is asking Sukdev, before you tell me what you got to tell him, tell me who is Uddhava. When he was 5 years, you see these little children making noise? Watch Karmat play. They get to play in Bhagwat. The only food, ma hungry, is prasad, food with bless. Get them room, let it grow. Uddhava is a 5-year-old. When the prayer is going on, he digging from the mud in the bedi. They're busy doing prayers and the child doing he walk. He dig in the mud. He see somebody going to get mud to make Ganesh Murti, for example, and something inside that he tell him go and dig that mud there and make his own Murti. So he gonna have he Krishna. When you see children, maybe nowadays, Durga Mata, I went to pray before the Bhagwat start, and the little child have she Babi, and I she Durga. And she talking to Durga Mata, and she bathing the Murti now with milk from the mother fridge. So the mother want to know, what is this? It have milk on the floor. You doing what you doing with your dolly? This is my Durga, and I offering dar for she. Uddhava was a person like that. Childish from young. From young, his childishness led him to Krishna. He would not eat. The mother taking out the food on a morning, and he would not eat until Krishna eat. So the little murti he make with the mud, he has to feed the murti like a toy. See it like a child. My murti, my Krishna have to eat, and then I go eat. So he take the little food and he would practice feeding Krishna, and he talking to Krishna, and then he go eat. Then the mother have to live. The mother have to live as if she had two children. Babe, time to eat. Krishna hungry. Krishna have to eat, babe. The mama guy, the cooks. And then she would get him to do what she wanted him to do. From birth, he is growing with this attachment to Krishna. As he is growing, as he is learning in life lesson, good days, bad days, he holds on to the feet of Krishna. And as he is growing with painful memories and lessons in life, he becomes more attached to the foot of Krishna. And in that moment, somebody asks him about what he loves. But in the moment, he has to tell Vidura something very hurtful. When he asks him about what Krishna doing and what happening with Krishna and what Leela he playing, he had the joy in the voice. Imagine the person hungry, tell me what went on, what going on. There's no social media, there's no update. Me and you want to know, you search it on Google and you watch and you see. But long ago, when you see somebody after a long time, tell me now, what the traffic in Princess Town like? What going on over there? I haven't been home for some time. And Uddhava, tears started to come in his eyes. And Vidura didn't understand, well, what are you crying for? What is this? Uddhava closes his eyes and he remembers his friend, Krishna. And when he opens back his eyes, he starts to rub his eyes, he starts to catch himself, takes a deep breath, and he says, the sun, Krishna, S-U-N, sun in the sky, sun, has set. Time has devoured his house. The whole city of Dwarka is now underwater. And Vishnu Baba thought it was time, remember we talk about time. He thought it was time to bring an end to his footprint on the earth. The earth today is light. Oh friend, oh Vidura, the weight of Vishnu Baba is no longer upon the earth. It is as if the earth is in darkness because the bright repository, resplendor of Krishna is not here anymore. That person who is the darkest, Sham Sundar, the darkest person, that dark person, he is no longer here anymore. Instead, wretched people, unfortunate people that know him, grow to love him, and now have to separate from him. Cursed people, sinful people like me have to live, and he is no longer with us. He says, you know how I feel right now? When we were talking last night, I made the reference when they were creating, when Vishnu Baba creates the moon. The moon is in the sky, and that moon tells the corn start to bear. It tells the different phase in the moon. Chip start to come in the sand. It triggers the fish time to reproduce. So imagine the fish now, follow how God work is. The fish is looking out for the moon to trigger a response, what to do next. He says here, just as how the fish does not understand what the moon is, but that moon is interfering with the fish life, so too I am the fish, affected by Krishna, but I never got time to understand, to learn about that bright thing in my life called Krishna. As I got to see him, as I got to start to taste the ice cream, the sweetness, it went, it left. Vidura fall, dropped down, the legs gave way, and he dropped to the ground. He says our intellect, our heart, our soul, for who get to touch him, for who get to listen to him, our soul was touched by him. And we, oh brother, imagine somebody getting a consolation. Somebody died, but don't worry, we get to spend some time with them. Don't give up. Natural reaction, I guess. Say, imagine it had people wanted to be his enemy. Different people had to fight him. Having manifested himself upon this earth, all the things we did every time we charged battle with him. When people attacked Dwarka, we went and we fight. Every step you make, hear the word there. Slope 11, chapter 2, Skanda. Every step you make with Krishna, so Krishna in front. When you see the people doing the yatra with the chariot, and Jagannath is in front and I behind. Every time I charge, every time I walk, every time I run, and he is my leader. Every step I make is a step to Vaikuntha. Every footstep will reward me with less pain, less suffering, and more happiness, but real happiness. He says there's nobody to lead me to happiness now. My vision, my eyes do not allow me to see his form or to hear. My ears cannot hear his discourse or hear what he wants or what he's calling. There's nothing for me to offer, nobody to feed anymore. In order to show the power of his illusion, he takes a shape to inspire the devotee. And who have the blessing will take the inspiration. And for some people, no matter what God do, they will never see the power of God. They will never understand God is here, there, and everywhere. It will just be hollow words. Your brother, Dhritarashtra, is a type like that. People talk about different type of yoga. People talk about different type of prayer. We lived the yoga. We lived the prayer. Sit down. We lived it by being in him. All who lived it, all the gopis, all those Brijbasi people, when they left Vrindavan and they went on the hill Gokul, when Kans is coming and he's sending emissary after emissary, Potna, all the bird, all the crane, all the people that are trying to kill him, Nanda Baba says, let us move from this place to that hill. When Indra the Devta tried to kill him too, when he left Govardhan, they moved from the plains of Vrindavan, they went to Gokul, from Gokul to Vrindavan. The gopis that saw him, that listened to the flute, when the foot of Krishna is dancing on the fangs of Kalia. In the latter part of that Kalia discourse, when the wife of Kalia, the snake come and she begging, don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him, spare him, spare him, spare him, is because Garud was hunting all his snake. He came here and he's hiding. Kripa, have mercy on him. The person that cannot have mercy for a snake, think if it were you, you would have killed that snake. That snake come like poison. Krishna says, okay, I will spare you. You ask me for mercy, I'll give you mercy. But leave this place. He does not kill Kalia. Even Kalia, the snake, the person who born with inherent poison in the mouth, he gave that person mercy. I am very perplexed till this day what Vasudeva could have done to become the father of Krishna. Uddhava is telling Vidura, what if we is blessed to be in the company of he? What somebody do to tote that basket? Me and you go tote the book, the Bhagwat, that the closest thing we have on top we head and understand the blessing. This man braved the weather, the rain, the storm, the flood to tote Krishna, to save him, to safeguard him. Wow, what karma is that? My heart remembers Vasudeva. Uddhava said, Vidura said, remember him? Ask yourself, you know Krishna Katha, I love Krishna. Tell me, Sitaram, what happened to Nanda and Yashoda? What happened to Devaki and Vasudeva? When Krishna knew that he was going to die, run back Vrindavan, when he was tying the Janu, Krishna tell Nand, leave me for a little time, let me be with Vasudeva and Devaki. They didn't get a baby to play with me in baby form. They did not get to feed me, and now Vasudeva want to do all the sanskar, tying the Janu, etc. Dad, go back. And Nand says, if I leave you, I'm going to never see you again. They're going to let you come back. Is this goodbye? And Krishna tell him, no, I will never forsake somebody who feed me. Somebody asks you, you're doing Saraswati prayers, we're saying Krishna Arpan, Krishna Arpan, Krishna Arpan. The person who feed me, you're sharing, you're giving, you're doing, you're whatever, do it for me. He says, the person who feed me, I will never forsake you. I will never let you grieve. He says, don't worry, one day I'll come to look for you. Brahmavaivat Puran, he goes back to Vrindavan. And he finds Yashoda and he finds Nanda Baba and he tells all the Gopas, Radha, take all of them and go, leave, empty this city, go to Golok, take them to heaven, but do not let Nanda see me die. Do not let them hear that I am leaving this earth. The pain will be too much for them. Nanda and Yashoda go with all the cow, with all the gopi, the gopa, the jwalan, all of them go to Golok where Krishna lives, and Radha, like a daughter-in-law, takes care of them. What happened to Vasudeva and Devaki? Vasudeva and Devaki did not have the karma to feed Bal Gopal Krishna. They did not feed him a drop of milk. They did not feed him food. They did not do the Anna Prasana, the blessing of the food, to feed the grain and rice to Krishna. Nand did it. Yes, Vasudeva did not get to do it. So when, although that is his parents, when the word comes to Yudhishthira that Krishna is no longer with us, when the people tree have the power of the blood of Krishna, the chariot of Krishna, the Sudarshan Chakra, gone back to Golok. When the word is sent to Yudhishthira, Devaki and Vasudeva stand up right on the side. What? Krishna died, and right there, from the broken heart of Devaki, she dropped lifeless. The soul leave the body. And Vasudeva seen Devaki with one ball. Let's hear what he tells him in this slope. When he tells him the cry of a person that has karma, but the karma only brings pain, only brings suffering. And Vasudeva is the person who says how hurtful it is to be close to God sometime, but all you inherit is pain. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam, Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam, Khova Antush Dhangatam, सुरजीवंतिका जीवन मुख विभात ये मीश ये पुण्यवासम व्रजधाम ये ना वसुदेवम जय भोले बाबा तब शरणम जय भोले बाबा तब शरणम जय भोले बाबा तब शरणम जय सांब सदा शिव तब शरणम जय सांब सदा शिव तब शरणम. Krishna went when Vasudeva was doing the yaga, and he'd take all the food from Vasudeva in that teenager years. That is when, if you know the katha, where Devaki cry and she tell him, you only want to go and give your father Vasudeva, that your father, all the blessing. You want to go by your guru Sandapani Rishi, and when time to pay the dakshina, he bring back Sandapani dead son. I, as a woman, God give me breasts, but I never get to feed one of my children. You is my son, and you lay my brother cunts, take the head and bust every one of the head against the wall. And I had to live in that jail set to see blood stain after blood stain, live every day to see it. You is my son, and not one day you will give me an ebb of mercy. Go play with your father. Go and defeat in your go. If you open Bhagwat or you see a pit here where an old lady have 7 babies playing on she, that is Devaki. When she start to cuff him and hit him, as any mother here would do when your child not doing what you want, she said today I reach old, look you get big. My body past that time to make milk, but I want to feed my children. Make that happen. And when you hear the dwarf squeeze Bali with his foot, Bali was waiting in Patal for Krishna to come. Krishna and Balram run to Patal to please Devaki. And he says, do one seva for me. Do one work. Go and find the soul, the light of the 6 soul, my 6 big brothers. Go bring them soul for me. Balram and Krishna, 7 and 8, the children of Devaki, come back now with 6 children. He make them, let me just say, toddler age. And he, Krishna, bless she, that even in this senior age, milk start to flow from she. And when the children drink that milk, the soul from baby, they change and they gone back to heaven. Krishna, that feeding of Krishna, give Vasudeva grace to live one moment more than Devaki. That is how Devaki dies first according to Krishna Lila. Uddhava says, I bow to the foot in my memory of those 2 great souls, Devaki and Vasudeva. When they hear of the passing, the burden of the earth, Kranta, Krishna, he left his foot lifted off the earth. And when that burden went, mother and father went with him. Devaki and Vasudeva has died. He says, and then on the other hand, the enemies, Shishupal, Kans, Potna, the demon in the hole, the demon in the cave, all of these people, they relish, they live on. Krishna was brought for 11 years hiding in the house of Kans. And for Kans, he lived, he reigned on that throne. And then one day he dies at the hands of Krishna. He get liberation. Potna get liberation. All of them get liberation. And like a child, he laughed while he was playing on all the emissary from Kans. Krishna jumped on the body of the bull and was laughing like a child playing. What everybody else was afraid of, Krishna was never afraid. He slayed all of them. And as time is passing, when the boy comes to kill kill Kans, when he was 11 years old, that Raj of all the forms of mercy, He is no longer here, O Vidur. This earth does not have Krishna anymore. The cows are no longer in Vrindavan, they are in Golok. That place, in our language, we will say it is a ghost city. Indra learned his lesson and he got the Bardhan. What is the Bardhan that Indra get? Indra, get a name, Krishna. When you hear somebody say Govinda, Govinda, Indra give him that name. Govind, you will give the devotee any and everything that they want. What is impossible is for a 7-year-old to hold a whole hill on his baby finger. But to protect that devotee, Krishna does it. And when Indra come and Krishna tell him, from today, nobody's going to do your worship, nobody will do your puja, he did not reply in anger. He said, Prabhu, you give every devotee what they need, what they want. Today you protect them, today you humble me, and I accept your punishment. You will be from today called Govinda. Everybody will celebrate your ability to teach, to guide, to help the person. When they make a mistake, hold them and bring them back to good. For this reason, the only place here is called Indra name is when the Havan in the Yagya going on, Om Shri Indra Devaya Namah Swaha. When they're doing the invocation for the Havan with the sticks, you will hear Om Indraya Namah Swaha in one of the offerings. Whilst this talk was happening, as we come to the end, in the last slok, Vidur says, Krishna was the umbrella that protected people. Are you saying the umbrella is moved? He says, Uddhava says, don't forget who we are talking about. How could that umbrella ever close? He is physically not here, but the name of God, the history of God, the story of God still acts like an umbrella protecting you and I. Let us spend the time relishing in the katha that will protect us. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. This brings us to the end of our katha this morning. This is just the second chapter. We are going to go in a little bit into the third chapter of the third book of Bhagavad. This is who Vidur is. I have to explain nothing. You hear it, you know it, you feel whatever you feel. That is God give you that. When you understand what Kak Bushun tell Garud, when you understand God, when you have the knowledge about God, and you are waging the war, and you're fighting in your life, and you're going through all the different position and circumstance and things that happen to you, when you understand God, He becomes the weapon, the sword in your hand. In that fight, you will win. But if you put down the sword, you can't win one enemy. You will not strive, you will not survive, you will lose. In this, will you be the brother Vidur or will you be the blind king Dhritarashtra? That is left for you to decide. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. So if we singing, think what I'm telling you now. And you hear at the end of the arti, Govinda Bolo Hari Gopala Bolo. And you understand what Govinda, the feeling behind it, the moment, the explanation what Govinda mean. And somebody, I don't think, if you understand your Christian, I do not believe a person will have to say, sing with me, you're going to help me, you're going to help me sing. One thing you're learning in this, when you get the emotion of the devotion and you're ready and the chance present itself, you will feel the God inside of you will make you tremble to just have to sing. You will force yourself to sing. When you get it, the blessed person seizes the opportunity to hold on to Him, to hold on to the name of God. He physically not here anymore, but I will hold on. I will relish the opportunity to do it. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Somebody sent a message this morning asking what it is always saying when you say Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. It have a whole discourse behind that. Who is Bihari? In West Indian language, we spell Bihari with Harry. So imagine when people want to hide in their culture, who is Bihari becomes Harry in our next country. But if you don't know who is Bihari and you're saying it, Bihari Lal means the son of Bihari. So who is Bihari? In the next category that I'm going to tell you what it is. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Let's all stand as we do final arti to conclude 7 sessions done. Bhagwat, the emotion of Bhagwat is changing God. This is how 1/3, 7 sessions mean 30%, 33% of our yagya is done. Thank you. Different people get blessing this morning. But for everybody who is listening, they learn about their Krishna. Prabhu, thank you for the opportunity to do your prayer. Put your hand together and you be fair with yourself. Say your prayers. Don't waste the time. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam deepam grihana devesham Trailokya Timirapaham. Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagavan ki hai aarti. Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagavan ki पापियों को पाप से है तारती पापियों को पाप से है तारती ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही जग की मंगल की आरती है तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी ये मधुसूदन की आरती. Those of you at home, sing along. जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती से है ता ये मधुर बोल जग पंड खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही प्रभु की महिमा के आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती बसे है तारती. I feel to do a little chant. Govinda bolo, Hari Gopala bolo. 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 Govinda bolo, Gopala bolo. Govinda bolo, Gopala bolo. Radha Damana Hari Govinda bolo. Radha Damana Hari Govinda bolo. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda bolo. Dear Lord, as we bring the curtain down on this session, this part of your katha, thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, help me to learn, help me to listen, help me to benefit, dear Lord. Thank you for all the people that are cooking. Thank you for all the people that assisted in one way or the other. Prabhu, you know them. Bless them, help them, support them. For every person that brought flowers, ghee, material to make prasad, food stuff, the people that brought their two-hand pandit, I cannot afford the material, but I will come to help share the food. Prabhu, this morning we ask you to stretch your hand and bless them. For people who are sad, for people who are crying as a Sanatanist, I cannot pray for myself alone, I pray for other people. Dear God, in this week, where Raksha Bandhan, where Gayatri Jayanti, where different thing is happening, so much great moments are happening. Dear God, in our yag, help those people that are being dragged, that are being abused, that are being raped, that are being damaged, God. You may not be there in their home, but send your power, send your grace, send your people to uplift them, to console them, to caress them, to save them. This is part of my prayer this morning. God, please help them. Thank you for helping me. Together, everybody, final prayer. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva bandhu chasaka tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Together everybody. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Together. Prem Samalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Pavana Putra Numanya ki Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki, Jai, 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 Sitaram, Sitaram, everybody.